I knew it was you. I was going to lunch. I wanted to make sure you know I was leaving.
Oh, okay.
All right, see ya. Did I really? There you go. See? We got this, baby. We just interrupted the entire building, but we got it. I didn't have to walk up the stairs. And action. My cell phone number is one of the most valuable pieces of information that I have. I don't openly share it with just anybody. I do share it with some people, but not just anybody. Let's just say the biggest, most important clients have that kind of access. It is reserved for a limited few. Now, I have friends who I do not consider my biggest clients, so to speak, who also have my cell phone number. And it's kind of fun to me that lack of a better word here, they can access me through the cell phone and get me to do work for them or handle things for them much more rapidly than I otherwise would if they were subjected to, let's just say, the normal office procedures. So, being a friend, being an unBILLY, gets you some first-class treatment that you wouldn't necessarily otherwise receive. Speaking of unBILLYs, I actually put this on the Instagram story, but I have to mention it here. For the very first time, we had a opposing party. So we had worked on a settlement document for a client, and the other side came in to sign it. And when they came in, the guy basically was like, "I knew it was you. I'm an unBILLY." That was pretty amazing. I never really had, not only had I never had the other side be someone who's watched my videos, I don't think I ever properly considered the fact that the other side can watch videos, except for from the aspect of trying to keep the secret secretive, right? Like as if another attorney or another party would be watching in hopes of stealing my strategy or the paperwork or the information that I have to keep private and secretive. I've never thought of it just from a dynamic of like, you know, how it would affect, and in this situation it was positive, but how it would affect the settlement. The person enjoyed the videos. Hopefully they're watching this one right now. If they are, they should comment below. Actually, you know what? If you like this video, and of course you're going to like it, so hit the like button right now. Save yourself some time. Comment. If you have something to comment, put it in the comments below. Maybe you have something you want us to talk about on a future episode. Don't be shy. And of course, subscribe. You got to subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Hit the little bell for notifications. All right, back to the show. So, yeah, but it was just interesting. He was excited to meet me. Of course, I become excited to meet those people too. So I was excited to meet him as well. We were able to successfully wrap up the settlement, and it helped everything. Quite frankly, yeah, it was all positive. 2 thumbs up. So with that, the emails are still flying in right now. You know what I need to get better at? I need to get better at letting notifications sit on my phone. Like when I get an email, the little 1 or 2. Or 12 pops up next to the little mail icon. I need to get better at being okay with that. Just sitting there. Like I feel compelled to look at it. I need to not feel, you know. And the same thing, the horrible thing is when I talk about email, it's productive. But same thing happens with like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter when the little like little 1, 3, whatever little thing. Oh God, it's like I have to know. We're working on that though, because we have to. We have no choice. Let's go get food, Luis. The printer told us to get food. We must get food. Where do you put your keys so you make sure you don't lose them?
Pocket.
No, you don't. Right there, where they go. That's where the keys go. That's where they go. That's where keys go. All right, so we're actually standing on a street called San Pablo in Palm Desert, and they're in the process of, I guess, transferring this into like downtown Palm Desert. They have plans to reduce the number of traffic lanes and increase the sidewalks to make this more like a thoroughfare, like a walking area. And so we wanted to check it out, not to show off a area that's not yet finished. Like in 5 years, it's gonna look completely different behind me. But more importantly, Luis said he wanted to try something new, so we're gonna check out this taqueria and see how it goes. All right, so you know the food is good when you take your videographer into the taqueria and you get no footage of the food. None. No footage whatsoever. I can tell you it's good though because One, it's not all over me, and two, it was good. It was really good. It tasted great. So if you're looking for a taqueria on San Pablo, remember, they're gonna turn this into a walking thoroughfare. Maybe one day you'll catch us walking in to this taqueria. Good stuff today. All right, so you can see San Pablo behind me. I'm not sure how much of you can see, but there's basically 4 lanes of traffic, 2 going north, 2 going south, parking on each side of the street for the businesses. The city of Palm Desert has already developed a plan to limit the driving lanes to 1 lane on each side, add major space for bikes to go by, and encourage sort of greater amount of sidewalks for both walking and outdoor eating. For a vacant space on San Pablo, like what you see behind me, this is probably a great plan. Like this unit right here, it's a clean slate. It could be anything. The idea behind a walking or a greater amount of biking traffic would probably be good for something with a restaurant with a nice outdoor patio. So a space like this might be ripe for the taking for someone looking to develop a concept that fits well with the outdoor walking, sort of less driving type of street design that Palm Desert is looking to adopt, or I should say, has adopted already and is planning for this area. All right, maybe you run a pawn shop like what you see behind me, or like a rug company like what's behind me now, or even the aquarium business across the street. Maybe your business, it doesn't really fit so well with a walking thoroughfare or an area that's not as conducive to cars. So maybe this idea is bringing some stress to your life. Maybe you're worried about this. Like if you're a restaurant, you think this could be a great boom for you. But if you're a pawn shop, a rug business, or maybe an aquarium store, you're thinking, well, what am I gonna do with all this foot traffic? See, depending on who you are in this story, this street and the changes coming to it can impact you in a big way. All right, so if you're a business who's a tenant in one of these buildings, I mean, this is a changed circumstance that you're gonna have to deal with. It's not gonna impact your ability to, move right away or anything like that. You're still subject to whatever lease you've signed. But if you own one of these buildings, this could be a real transformative moment for you. You have to make a decision whether you appreciate or like this change, or if you think this is a bad change. And if you think this is a bad change, this might be a reason for you to sell the building. I guess what I'm really trying to get at is, it's not just the development of the street and the businesses on it that are gonna feel an impact from this. It could be commercial real estate agents who sell these buildings. It could be new tenants who come to town to open businesses on the street. There's a variety of things that could be changing, all because of a plan to update, modernize, change, destroy, depending on how you look at it, one street. All right, we crossed the street over to this piece of property, 100% on the fly, because Luis said, I'd like to be this landowner. I think this thing has some potential. Why does he think it has potential? Because he knows the street's changing. See, this is what I'm talking about. The city's gonna invest in the street, and then if you like the plan, you look at this investment as a positive thing. If you don't like that plan though, maybe it's time for you to sell. And that's kind of what I want to get into a little bit in this episode, right? You can sell the business, just the business. You can sell the building, just the building. You can sell the dirt, just the dirt. You can sell the dirt, the building, and the business. Depending on what you own, there's going to be some transactions that take place on this street. Like probably this building behind me is not going to remain boarded up, I would imagine, right? If they're going to invest this type of money in the street and the development of what's going to be a new downtown Palm Desert, pieces of property like the one behind me are going to become more valuable, and people will come and invest in those properties as well. So what I'm really trying to say, or what I think is important to see here, besides this guy has his window down and all the music playing really loud, I don't want to get a ding on the copyright. All right, we had to edit right there because the guy's stereo system in his car was so clean and loud, I was worried we were going to get a copyright violation. But so the point is, like, when you're deciding if you want to sell, you have to determine what you have and what you are. So what do you have? Do you have a business? Do you have a building? Like if you're a tenant paying rent to the landlord, then you can't sell the building. You're just a tenant. You can sell your business, but you can't sell the building. If you're the landlord and you own the building, but you're not the tenant, you can't sell the business. It's not your business, but it's your building. You could sell the building. So it's important to know who you are and what you have and what you own in that. And you might think that's obvious, but the next step becomes, if you're selling it, are you selling your LLC? Are you selling your corporation, or just the assets? See, these are some of the considerations that need to go into when you're making a decision on selling your business, or let's say you're the reverse, buying a business. Are you buying just the assets, or are you buying the LLC as a whole, or the corporation as a whole? A lot of considerations go into that. Frankly, more considerations than I can identify in this vlog. So if you're an LLC, you're selling the membership interest in the LLC when you sell the LLC. If you're a corporation, you sell the shares of the corporation when you sell the corporation. But if you don't want to sell the entire LLC, or you don't want to sell the entire corporation, you can just sell the assets of the entity, and you need an asset purchase agreement for that. But more importantly, you need to like this episode if you like it. You need to comment below if you have something for me, maybe you need some more details. Don't be afraid to ask a question in the comments below. And of course, subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. And with that, you'll see us, and we'll see you on the next episode of Unbillable.